Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I food prep for the week and the weekly dinners we ate. I won't lie, I only food prep for the week when I know I'm going to be busy and won't be able to cook in any shape or form during that week. Otherwise, I'm quite the spontaneous cook. This is a really great time and money saver. I spent all of Saturday and Sunday preparing these meals, and all the ingredients and measurements will be in the description box, so I'm just going to get right into it. First, I'm preparing a homemade version of Costco's chicken bake. Yes, Costco, the wholesale chain, is what inspired me to make this. So first, I'm seasoning a chicken breast with a lot of paprika and some salt. Then I'm adding some cooking oil. The paprika literally makes the chicken smell like KFC. Anyway, so the chicken will marinate for an hour. And then I'm going to bake it in the oven, which, please excuse its state, it's due a degreasing, which I have been unable to do because I have been using it almost every day last week. After taking it out of the oven, I'm dicing the chicken and pouring in some Cesar dressing and also crumbling in some mozzarella cheese with my hands. And then I'm giving everything a good mix. I'm using a ready-made short crust pastry and rolling it out carefully because I left it out on a warm day and it was getting sticky at this point. Then I'm adding my chicken to it. And sealing it using a fork. And by the way, one breast makes 2 chicken bakes here, so this recipe is a great food saver. I'm packing the bake in the baking paper that comes with a short crust pastry to prepare it for the freezer. This is because I had run out of plastic freezer bags and it also reduces waste. I did have to add a little more baking paper and secure it with some aluminum foil, which can also be reused because it won't get dirty here. Then this chicken bake was frozen for the week, and when I needed it for dinner, I took it out, gave it an egg wash, and sprinkled Parmesan cheese over it, and popped it in the oven so the short crust pastry would cook and become nice and crispy. Here's what it looked like before we ate it for dinner. As you can see, this was so good and so comfy. The next item for the week is peri chicken. I'm going to score my chicken along the thighs. You can see I'm still using the cracked bowl. No idea where my order is. Guess old is gold, right? I'm seasoning this with... Ooh, what's that? Yes, I finally got new measuring spoons, guys. Love these. I got them from Amazon and I will share a link in the description. Although I was a bit disappointed because it said it would come with some cups too, but they never showed up. I guess that's what happens when you buy something with 0 reviews. So I'll just be using my boring old blue cups for now. Coming back to the seasonings, I'm adding lots and lots of garlic powder because I'm a little obsessed. Then I'm going in with some cumin, black pepper, salt, red cayenne, and paprika, of course. So I'm adding all these lovely seasonings to my chicken, then adding a splash of vegetable oil, the juice of a lime, and lots of real garlic as well. And you don't have to add this much garlic, really. Also, I just left it to marinate back in the plastic bag which the meat came in. This ensures less plastic waste, and I just feel that the meat marinates so much better in a bag. I took it out of the fridge for dinner on Monday and it just went straight in the oven. I prepared some spicy rice for a side on Monday as well. I fried some long grain rice. When they began to change color, I added some chili flakes and salt, and then made an instant chicken stock, which is what I cooked the rice in. And ideally, I would have also liked to add some canned tomatoes, but this had become rusty in just a day. What even? So I decided against it. The rice turned out not so spicy, but still good. I also added a cucumber lettuce mix for freshness. And this turned out to be pretty good. I mean, how is that not Nando's takeout? The next main event to be prepared was a chicken lasagna. I feel like no food prep is complete without some kind of lasagna. Usually this will last me 2 days or so once I bake it. I baked this on Friday, but I'm prepping it today. I'm starting with my meat sauce. Just adding a diced onion and chopped garlic to a hot saucepan with some vegetable oil. Sauteing it and then adding some chili flakes, pepper, and salt. At this point, I'm adding my chicken mince, which is very watery because I had it in the freezer. Oh yes, and then I added more pepper because I felt like the pepper in there was going to get watered down. When the chicken begins to cook, I'm going to go ahead and add a can of chopped tomatoes. Then generously adding basil and oregano. Then I'm going to cover and let that cook till the tomatoes are cooked down and the tomatoes no longer taste sour. Now I'm getting started with the bechamel sauce. So basically I'm just adding some butter and flour and cooking them well. I'm making sure that the flour gets cooked through and struggling a bit at this point because it feels like this is taking ages. Then I'm just adding in some milk, and the way I'm adding milk this time is just cup by cup till the consistency feels right, and I'm making sure it's all mixed well and doesn't have any nasty lumps. Then I'm adding some salt, grated cheddar, and pepper. Huge pepper fan here, by the way. Now I'm just layering the lasagna, first adding the meat sauce, then adding the pasta, which I don't bake by the way. I feel that they turn out better this way. Next, I'm just adding half of the bechamel sauce. And then I'm adding some grated mozzarella cheese. I didn't pre-grate it because I feel it doesn't become as nice and stringy as when you grate it yourself. And let me just say that I know the pasta pieces that I'm adding for the ends are oddly shaped, but how is one supposed to get this right without a laser cutter? Then I'm topping it off with cheddar and mozzarella cheese. By the way, I usually add spinach to my lasagna, but I don't know what it was this day. I was just feeling lazy, so I just added some leftover veggies from pizzas that we made the day before. So, as I said before, we baked this at the end of the week, and it turned out pretty good again. I mean, just look at that burnt cheese. Look at it. Then I prepared some crispy chicken for Chinese sweet and sour chicken. I had some thigh meat left over from last month's grocery, and I wanted to use it before dipping into my chicken breast stash. So all I'm doing here is marinating the chicken thigh pieces that have already been cut with ginger, pepper, and soy sauce. Then coating it with corn flour and some egg white. Then I'm using 1 cup of oil to deep fry this chicken as suggested by the Korean food master Mangchi. Then taking it out of the oil and feeding the hungry while I'm at it. That's going in the fridge, and I also cut up the veggies for the sauce so I don't have to do this on the day we eat it. The day we ate this, I took the chicken out of the fridge and fried them in just a little oil again. The veggies were ready. All I needed to do that day was make the sweet and sour sauce. For this, I just used some sweet chili sauce, soy sauce, ketchup, vinegar, sugar, and I also made a cornstarch water slurry. I just added red chilies and the pre-chopped garlic to my wok with hot oil. Then I added the pre-chopped veggies. I was cleaning my cabinets that day and found a can of pineapples. So those are what those yellow bits in the veggies are. Then I went in with the chicken, and added the sauce, the corn flour slurry, and just gave it a stir for a bit. And that was it. I served this with some boiled rice and had an iced cola, which is my weakness, by the way. So I've been cutting back on this treat to once a week. And I need to include a curry or some sort of South Asian food in my week because it's great for a change of flavors. In a pan with half a cup of oil, I'm just adding these spices. I call them the initial spices and they'll get sauteed. I will put their names in the description box. Once the spices start to release their aroma, I'm adding in 1 whole curry cut chicken. Then that's me not really stirring the chicken into the spices for some reason, but I really should be doing so. Okay. That is garlic, ginger, and green chili paste. And yes, my green chili paste is overly watery because I freeze my green chilies, and when I put them in the food processor, they release a ton of water. Now I'm doing some actual stirring, and I need to do so till my chicken changes color. Here is me adding yogurt to my stew from my ugly cup because they didn't send me any cups and I thought I was getting new cups. Really sad, but still can't complain. The purpose of adding yogurt at this point, by the way, is to make the chicken nice and tender. Now I'm going to add my spices. That's black pepper, paprika, crushed roasted cumin and coriander, red cayenne, chaat masala, salt, and cinnamon. This is my favorite step in making a curry. I love how it gets so colorful. Then I'm going to cover it and leave it to cook for 10 minutes. After this, I'm adding in some chopped onions, green chilies, and ginger. Then I'm pouring in some chopped canned tomatoes and adding in some water. Then cover and let it cook for another 20 minutes or so. Then I'll just garnish it with coriander and freeze it. I'll just take it out of the freezer the day I want it and warm it, and I can even add coriander that day, but I decided to add it on the day I was food prepping. I just love being unconventional that way, what can I say? That's it for today, guys. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you next time!